Welcome back to part 2 of some of the top movies to watch during this holiday season. Today I'll be talking about just a few more selections of the movies of my choice that I think are like some of my favorite movies to watch during the holiday season. So let's get back into it. I don't think there's a single generation out there that isn't highly familiar with this lovable Dr. Seuss character. Look at that Grinchy face. Hope y'all are okay with some Christmas music playing in the background as I'm doing part 2. But yeah, The Grinch is probably one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, especially since I grew up on this live-action version since I was about 7 years old, and I think Ron Howard did a really great job of directing this retelling of the ever-popular Dr. Seuss classic because, especially since all the Who's looked really Seuss-like, and Jim Carrey did an absolutely hilarious job playing the Grinch in it. And the movie also stars people like Molly Shannon, Jeffrey Tambor, and Little Taylor Momsen, who would go on to play one of the most iconic characters in Gossip Girl, and would be known for playing in one of her punk rock bands with a lot of dark eyeshadow all over her eyes and stuff like that. But I really like this movie because it's really about people trying to find the spirit of Christmas really inside them, especially I really like it how this one also shows a bit of the Grinch's childhood and what made him absolutely hate Christmas in the first place. And it's got some really, really great holiday tunes in this one as well. And Whoville really looks like a magnificent place to live in people's imaginations and stuff like that. So that's why it's in my top list of movies to watch this holiday season. So if you haven't seen it yet, this is the season to watch it. Hope y'all are familiar with this poster by now. And here is our lovely It's a Wonderful Life display that has been in our family for years, especially since it's my dad's absolute favorite Christmas movie of all time. We've got almost everything from the movie theater up here to the Gower Drug Store and City Hall to Martinis and the Bedford Falls High School where that pool opened up during the prom scene. And here's the lovely It's a Wonderful Life poster that we gave to our dad last year. Hope y'all like the Santas that we have all around that one. But yeah, we have almost all of the buildings here except for a few that are missing. But it's a classic for our family. This is the one where, where George kind of gets really upset, wishing that he had never been born and stuff like that. But It's a Wonderful Life is absolutely a classic one. It's an absolute classic Christmas movie on the account of it started this little phenomenon of what this guy named Charles, no, not Charles, what George Bailey says about when he wishes he had never been born. And this angel named Gabriel gives him a chance to. And he really learns a valuable lesson that night. Oh yeah, and not to mention, one of the little rascals makes an appearance in that prom scene. The guy who was called Alfalfa does. So, if you haven't seen it yet, this is the holiday season to watch it. Can you think of any other movie in which a kid in the 40s wanted an actual Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas? I'm glad I never asked for one. The Christmas Story is in my top list because, well, first of all, even though they filmed this in 1983, it's actually supposed to be taking place in the 40s. You know, when World War II is still going on and everyone still had a bunch of radios and not, well, televisions really weren't invented yet in those times, so. But yeah, it's about this kid named Ralphie who wants a Red Ryder baby gun for Christmas, basically, and everybody he tells it to says, you'll shoot your eye out, from his mother to his teacher, even to Santa Claus, where there's this really long slide that the kids go down during the movie. And I just think it's a really hilarious movie. And I really love this scene where his friend Flick sticks his tongue to the flagpole, though. I'm glad I've never tried doing that, though. But, yeah. What else? What else is cool about this movie? Oh, yeah. I read somewhere that the fact that his older self, who's played by some other guy, that concept in the movie kind of inspired the makers of the Wonder Years to use that concept in their show too, with Fred Savage and Danica McKellar and all those other people that you see in them. I think Jason Hervey was in that show too, but I can't remember. But anyways, my family actually didn't really watch it that much until like right around last year, so I was the one who kind of introduced them to that movie. So if you're looking for a good old holiday movie where a kid asks for something he's actually a little too young for, then that's definitely the movie for you. And those Griswolds are at it again in this holiday favorite of them in their franchise. I think the Christmas Vacation movie is a really good addition to the National Lampoon's Vacation franchise because A, it's a Christmas-related movie, and B, you get to meet more of the Griswold's extended family members in this one. And look who plays Rusty in this one this time. Yep. Look at how young Johnny Galecki was there. Who knew that he would play Darlene's boyfriend in Roseanne a few years later? And Randy Quaid, Dennis Quaid's older brother, plays, I think, Mr. Griswold's brother in this one. But, yeah. There's a lot of funny scenes in this one, too. And also, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in this one, too. So, if you haven't seen it yet, then I totally recommend watching it this year. Hope you guys enjoyed part 2 of the top holiday movies to watch this season. If you want me to make a part 3, then you can leave a comment down below if you want to see that. Or maybe I'll surprise you with one, because there may be some other holiday classics that are pretty good to watch too. So until then, have the merriest of Christmases, have the happiest of Hanukkahs, and have the greatest of Kwanzas you can celebrate or imagine, if you celebrate any of those holidays, or even Ramadan. See you until then.